Ladies and gentlemen, the ground in California is shaking tonight. The FBI dragnet has officially blown wide open. You got federal agents, they're swarming Southern California. And what they're uncovering, this is nothing short of catastrophic for Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, for years, we were told that this homeless crisis was complicated, right? That billions of dollars were being invested, that California was leading the way. But now the truth is it's forcing its way to the surface, and it has all started with the arrest of two Los Angeles developers that are accused of siphoning off millions of dollars instead of housing the homeless or working on the homeless housing problem in California. Now, here's where the story turns explosive. According to federal investigators, those fraudulent applications, those fake bank statements, those multi-million-dollar schemes didn't happen in isolation. No, they happened right inside of Gavin Newsom's own homelessness programs, right inside the very empire that he built while homelessness skyrocketed and $24 billion vanished without a trace. Now, you let me know. Drop a 1 if you think Gavin Newsom knew what was going on behind the scenes. I don't think $24 billion just vanishes without anybody noticing. Well, tonight we're watching that empire collapse in real time. The FBI, the IRS Criminal Division, HUD investigators, all under President Donald Trump's Justice Department, they're widening the net. Subpoenas, raids, interviews, document seizures. And the question that's echoing through Sacramento is the one that Gavin Newsom fears the most. How far does this chain of corruption go? And does it reach the governor's office? Well, buckle up, folks, because this is bigger than anybody thought. And tonight, we're going to break it all down. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'm seeing that only about 15% of people are actually subscribed to the channel. So make sure you're subscribed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the entire collapse of Gavin Newsom's homelessness empire begins right here with two Los Angeles developers led out in handcuffs after federal investigators uncovered a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme targeting homeless housing funds. Now, these weren't some minor accounting mistakes or some sloppy paperwork. No, according to federal filings, they submitted fake bank statements, fabricated financials, and manipulated grant applications to siphon off taxpayer money. By the way, this was money that was intended to get people off the streets. This is for the homeless. Now, here's the part that sent shockwaves through Washington and Sacramento. The grants weren't random. These grants were a part of Gavin Newsom's, the Newsom era homelessness programs, including Home Key, the centerpiece of this housing first agenda. And so when the arrests were announced, investigators made it clear this wasn't some isolated incident. This was the first crack in a system that might be riddled with corruption. And the moment that those cuffs clicked shut, the FBI's dragnet expanded instantly and aggressively. And so once those arrests hit the wire, President Trump's Justice Department didn't hesitate. In April, the newly appointed U.S. attorney unveiled the Homelessness Fraud and Corruption Task Force. This is a joint strike unit combining the FBI, the IRS Criminal Division, and the HUD Inspector General. Their mission: follow every dollar of federal homelessness funding flowing through Southern California and expose every fraudster, official, nonprofit, and developer who touched it. Now, this is the most aggressive federal intervention that California has seen in decades. Let me tell you, agents are pulling financial records from counties, they're demanding these contracts from nonprofits, and they're interviewing the whistleblowers who were ignored under previous administrations. So, the message from Washington is unmistakable. This era of California operating as its own unaccountable kingdom is over. So President Trump's DOJ, they want names, receipts, indictments, and insiders are saying that the more they dig, the more this scandal is pointing upward toward the very programs that Gavin Newsom championed as his legacy. And so as the FBI dug deeper, agents kept running into the same brick wall. Billions of dollars missing, unaccounted for, or labeled with bureaucratic nonsense like insufficient data. This is when they turned to the California State Auditor's 2024 bombshell report. This is one that Gavin Newsom hoped everyone forgot. Well, this report revealed that after spending $24 billion on homelessness programs, the state stopped tracking the money entirely. No metrics, no outcomes, no oversight. Does anyone smell fraud? Anybody else smell fraud around here? So the agencies responsible literally just abandoned data collection in 2021, meaning California had no idea whether a single person was helped. Now, think about that for a second. The largest homelessness investment in state history disappeared into a fiscal void. Investigators now believe that this black hole wasn't an accident. It was the perfect environment for fraud, grift, and political favoritism to flourish. And so with homelessness rising faster than ever, The public is demanding answers that Newsom can no longer dodge. This isn't mismanagement. This is systemic failure. Now, her cancer specialist stopped accepting her Medicare plan. She didn't know until she showed up for her appointment. She said it felt like the floor dropped out from under her. And look, guys, this is exactly why I tell you about Chapter. They help you avoid moments like this one. Chapter reviews your Medicare coverage early so that you don't lose specialists who literally keep you alive. Now, most people are already dialing the phone number at the bottom of your screen right there, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron because they don't want to gamble with their health or their future. And speaking of real experiences, Jennifer Broadwater, she said, Ron, love Chapter. They were so nice. They got me a great plan that wasn't even available on TV. I will never call that number again, but I will call Chapter. Thanks again for recommending them. Absolutely, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And again, messages like yours really remind people that are watching the show today that these stories aren't theoretical. They're real lives, they're real families, and they're real outcomes. So you sharing your experience genuinely helps other people feel informed and protected. And so here's where things get dangerously close to the governor's office. As investigators mapped the money trail, they kept arriving at the same names. Newsom appointees overseeing billion-dollar programs with shockingly lax oversight. Chief among them, Gustavo Velasquez, appointed by Gavin Newsom to run this $4 billion home key program. Well, under his leadership, the department repeatedly failed to verify basic financial documents, allowing fraudulent developers to just walk away with tens of millions of dollars. Now, these weren't sophisticated schemes. These were crude scams that any competent regulator should have easily caught instantly. And yet they just sailed right on through. Why? Investigators believe negligence, incompetence, or something far worse, a culture inside of Sacramento that rewarded speed, headlines, and political loyalty over accountability. Whistleblowers say warnings were ignored, audits were buried, red flags were treated as obstacles, and the deeper the task force digs, the clearer it becomes. Newsom's inner circle didn't just miss the corruption, they enabled it. And as the task force widened its investigation, a chilling pattern emerged. The corruption wasn't isolated. It wasn't accidental or confined to a few bad actors. This was systemic. Federal agents mapped out how homelessness money flowed in California, first from the state, then to the counties, then to the cities, and then to the nonprofits, then to the subcontractors. And then somewhere along the chain, massive chunks simply just disappeared. No invoices, no receipts, no proof of service. Billions of dollars evaporated in a maze of middlemen and politically connected organizations. Some nonprofits received tens of millions of dollars despite having almost no track record. Others funneled money into these administrative costs that somehow ballooned year after year. And all the while, homelessness surged to record highs. To investigators, this wasn't a broken system. This was a design system, one that allowed money to be siphoned off with minimal risk of detection. A homelessness industrial complex that was built on taxpayer dollars and political protection. And so then came a major turning point. The FBI, they began pulling old case files. Names like Jose Hizwar, George Esperanza, and Raymond Chan, Los Angeles officials previously convicted or indicted for real estate bribery and pay-to-play schemes, they were suddenly relevant again. Now, Huzwar, remember, had $200,000 stuffed in a Johnny Walker blue box. Esperanza delivered bribe money in liquor containers. Chan abused his office to steer millions of dollars in projects. These cases weren't ancient history. They were the blueprint. Investigators are now believing that the same networks involved in those scandals may have evolved into today's homelessness funding pipeline. In other words, the culture of corruption never died. It matured, expanded, and attached itself to the largest pot of money California has ever created, homeless housing funds. And so by revisiting these cases, the FBI isn't looking backwards. They're mapping the playbook Newsom's programs may have inherited. And that brings us to the investigation uncomfortably close to the governor. So this is where the entire scandal changes shape, because what begins as a local developer fraud is now being tied directly to state level programs created, expanded, and overseen by Gavin Newsom himself. Now, according to investigators, the same fake bank statements and falsified financial documents used by LA developers, they were also used to obtain home key grants, the flagship program that Newsom bragged about as a national model. Well, federal auditors found that many of those fraudulent filings passed straight through state systems with almost no review, suggesting vulnerabilities or willful blind spots baked into Newsom's bureaucracy. And the deeper investigators dig, the more they're finding consistent patterns. Identical formatting on falsified documents, duplicate applications routed through the same officials, and internal emails showing warnings were ignored. This isn't random fraud. This is a fraud ecosystem operating inside of Gavin Newsom's homelessness strategy, and the FBI now wants to know who benefited from it and who looked away. As if the missing billions in fraudulent filings weren't enough, investigators uncovered something that was even more damning. Newsom repeatedly vetoed legislation that would have exposed all of this years ago. The most glaring example is Assembly Bill 2903. Okay, so 2903, this is a bipartisan accountability bill that required annual tracking of homelessness spending. It passed the legislature with overwhelming support, Democrats and Republicans together, yet Gavin Newsom blocked it. Why? His explanation was vague, bureaucratic, and dismissive. But in hindsight, the timing is devastating. Had AB 2903 become law, the fake filings, missing funds, and corrupt contractors, they would have been flagged almost immediately. But instead, the veto created the perfect smokescreen for fraudsters and incompetent appointees to operate undetected. So now the FBI, they want to know, did Gavin Newsom veto these oversight bills because he did not want transparency, or because transparency would have exposed what was happening inside his programs? Either answer is rather explosive. Now, behind the scenes, Sacramento, they're in full-blown panic. Sources close to the Capitol are saying that the governor's office has been scrambling ever since these federal agents began issuing document requests that are tied directly to Newsom-era homelessness programs. Staffers were reportedly instructed to gather emails, contracts, and internal communications stretching back years. A sweeping request that signals investigators believe that the trail leads upward. Even state departments are lawyering up, fearing that subpoenas could expose internal memos, flagging concerns that were ignored or even buried. Now, here's what's really raising some eyebrows. The FBI is now requesting approval logs and digital timestamps from grant decisions that are all tied back to home keys, suggesting that they're mapping out key decision makers and potential patterns of favoritism. Insiders describe the mood as defensive, chaotic, and very, very nervous. When federal investigators start pulling metadata, they're not just looking for mistakes, they're looking for intent. And if intent is found, this could reach places Newsom never imagined. For years, Gavin Newsom positioned himself as the heir apparent to the Democratic Party, a polished, media-savvy, blue state executive ready to step onto the national stage in 2028. But tonight, that political future is collapsing under the weight of a scandal that his team can't spin, can't hide, and can't blame on misinformation. Democrats, who once touted him as the West Coast golden boy, they're now distancing themselves, privately calling this situation untenable. Donors are reportedly freezing commitments. Strategists are advising their candidates to prepare for an open field. Even prominent California Democrats are suddenly quiet, avoiding interviews entirely. And with President Trump's DOJ taking an aggressive posture, Newsom cannot frame this as some partisan persecution. The numbers, audits, and arrests, they speak for themselves. If this investigation continues its current trajectory, Newsom's 2028 bid may not just be damaged, it may be finished before it even begins. So to understand the scale of the scandal, you have to look at the bigger picture. Because California didn't just lose billions to fraud. It failed the very people Newsom claimed to champion. Homeless housing units skyrocketed to $800,000 per unit. Now, some projects are hitting $837,000 before a single nail was even hammered. Proposition HH promised 10,000 units. After 5 years, fewer than 2,000 were completed. Meanwhile, California's homeless population surged to 187,000. That was the highest in the nation by far. Families slept in cars, veterans pitched tents under freeways, cities drowned in open-air encampments, while Sacramento boasted about historic investments. And despite the billions of dollars spent or invested, outcomes didn't improve, they only got worse. This is why the public is furious. This is why the FBI is involved, and this isn't just financial corruption. This is moral corruption, a total collapse of leadership and accountability while the most vulnerable people suffered. And now we reach the moment that California's political class hoped would never come. According to federal officials, the task force is expanding subpoenas, interviewing the whistleblowers, and pulling internal grant approval data that could expose who signed what and when. They're comparing the timestamps, they're cross-referencing the applications, and they're tracking every signature that's tied to this missing $24 billion. In federal investigations, this is the stage where dots begin connecting quickly, okay? Agents are reportedly looking at communications between developers, nonprofits, and state officials. They want to know who benefited, who enabled it, and who looked the other way. Now, here's the message President Trump's DOJ has made unmistakably clear. If federal law was violated, no one is off limits. Not contractors, not state officials, and definitely not governors. Tonight, California's homelessness empire is crumbling, and the final question is, it's no longer what happened, but who's next? Hit the like button and subscribe so you can find out what happens next. We'll see you next time.